morning, everybody. Friday morning. You know, it's I find it harder to do one message a week because I'm trying to think about the whole week and different things that I might have learned or seen and things that are just happening. So it's kind of hard to bring everything into one, but uh, something is kind of been sitting on me. I always speak about positivity, and I seen a quote yesterday on my Twitter feed, and I'm probably not going to get it exactly right because I don't have it right in front of me. But in essence, it was talking about you may be positive, and there's a possibility you might still fail. But if you're negative, it's guaranteed you're going to fail. Negativity breeds some type of failure, it breeds some type of unhappiness. And I was walking my class on the track yesterday, and we were doing a workout. I had 3 or 4 kids, and a lady pulls up, and she's coming to walk the track. And I'm keeping my social distancing, but I always ask people, "Hey, how are you?" And sometimes we don't expect an answer back. We just ask that, and we just like, "I'm doing good," and we keep it moving. Well, yesterday this lady didn't say I'm fine. She said, "I'm not doing too good right now." And I'm like, I got a class, we're walking. And she just keeps walking, and she walked like 2 or 3 lanes over beside of me, and she kept talking about the things she was going through. And in my mind, I'm wanting to say, maybe you should just be positive. Be positive. But everything she kept saying, that was going on in her life. 3 years ago, she had a stroke that left her paralyzed on her left side. Uh, she was going through things at home, like all this stuff. And I was like, oh man, how can she be positive? But then she just mentions, she likes to come walk and clear her mind. And that made me think, when everything in our life seems so negative, when everything is just beating us up, or we're beating ourselves up because we don't feel like we're doing the best that we can do. We don't feel like we're getting the job done, whether we're a student, whether we're a teacher, whether we're an administrator, whether we're just at our jobs. When life just feels like it's just steady, just elbow dropping you and kicking you and punching you, how can we be positive through that? And that's something I can't answer. It's hard for me to answer that. It really is. I like to think of myself as a positive person, but I too have been through life where life just wasn't good. I brought a lot of bad stuff upon myself. A lot of stuff started falling down and just collapsing around me. And it was hard to be positive. But after talking to this lady yesterday, and just speaking with her and getting her viewpoint on, I have no choice. I have no choice but to keep moving, and maybe tomorrow will be better. And it just hit me like, when we're going through some negative stuff, when we're going through some bad stuff on the job or at home in our lives, when everything just seems to be negative and just not going in the way we want it to be, I can't help but to think of, what if in that moment when everything just seems so dark, cloudy, what if we just sat back and just thought to ourselves, but what am I grateful to still have? Talking to this young lady yesterday, she said, I had that stroke 3 years ago, and I said, but you know what? You're still breathing. You're still able to walk. She said, I know, but I got to drag my left leg. I said, but you're still able to walk. We go through things. We do. And I can't say I understand every situation. I didn't look at that lady and say, hey, I understand your situation, because I don't. I've never had a stroke. I've never lost a close family member. I've never been in a situation where that my life could have ended, in that sense of being unhealthy or somebody trying to harm me. Hadn't been there. I've been in other situations that maybe she couldn't relate to. So in that time, it wasn't my place to say, hey, I understand you. But it was my place to try to get her to see the positives, to see the light, to let her know that even when it's cloudy, even when it's dark outside, the sun is shining somewhere. The sun always makes its way back around to you. No matter what. If you're outside at nighttime, you stay out there long enough, the sun's going to come back out on you. You're going to see stars in the sky. It's going to happen in due time. But a lot of times we try to force things in our life to happen to us, good things. We try to force that. That's not our time. The sun comes around on its own time. So the sun will start shining, and I let her know you're going to be fine. You woke up this morning. You came to this track for a reason. Maybe that reason was to talk to me. Or maybe you got put right here for me to get a better sense of, hey, it's not easy for people to just be positive all the time. I can preach it and I can preach it because when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is I think of something positive that's going to get my mindset in that direction. I don't think of, oh man, I got so much work to do for my class. Oh man, I do not want to go have this conversation at work with this employee. I don't. That's not how I think. But I'm different from other people. We're all different. We all handle our situations differently. But what I want to tell you is, when it's dark outside, the sun is still shining somewhere. And my wife tells me when I get in this mode, I sound like a preacher, but I really do mean that. Like, think about something you're grateful for. Maybe it just takes you calling somebody that is going through something just like you. Or maybe it takes you calling somebody and you showing how grateful you are for them. Just this week, another instance happened that I texted somebody I feel is a very dear friend of mine that I felt like might have been going through something. I just texted her and I let her know how great she is. Sometimes we need to do that. I don't think we do it enough. We don't reach out to each other enough and just say, hey, you are great. You are doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. That was enough for me to just let that out, to say, man, hey, we're all in this together. We're all working life in our different lives. We are working it differently, but at the end of the day, we're all in this thing together. Right now, it's easy to be divided. It's easy to be in disagreements over politics, over religion, over race. It's easy to be in disagreements right now, but why not all come to an agreement that, you know what? We're living our lives. Why not live it as positive as we possibly can? Agree to disagree with some people, but don't let it drain you. Find something you are grateful for today, and let that one thing is all it takes to put a smile on your face. I'm blessed enough, I get to get up in the morning. And the first thing I get to do, I get to walk into my two beautiful kids' bedroom and I get to wake them up to start their day. And some mornings I wake them up like a drill sergeant. Some mornings I wake them up like a goofball that I am. But I get to wake them up. That puts a smile on my face. What puts a smile on your face that's going to help you through your negative times when it's so hard to find positivity? Find that one thing and let that be your sunshine when it's dark. Let it be your rainbow after the rain. Because rainbows don't happen in life. They don't just appear. There's always a storm or rain before that. So as you go through today, if you're finding it hard to be positive, pick out that one thing you're grateful for and let it make you smile. Let it make your day. Call somebody and you be the reason they smile. This is Coach Johnson. See you again next week. Peace.